Hi, this is Wendy Smith, and I am the Service Point System Administrator in Multnomah County. This is the first of a multi-part series on data sharing, privacy, and confidentiality. This slideshow was originally presented to the Home for Everyone Coordinating Board. Similar presentations have occurred throughout our community. Are you ready for the basics? Homeless Management Information System is nothing more than an electronic database used to hold information. The concept was developed in the 90s in response to a congressional mandate requiring continuums of care to collect data in order to receive funds from HUD. Our homeless assistants and anti-poverty service providers use ServicePoint, a web-based, vendor-hosted application. ServicePoint is a client information system that is HUD-compliant, HIPAA-compliant, and fully encrypted. ServicePoint is designed to allow us to cooperate and coordinate across multiple sites and multiple collaborative programs. There was a great deal of skepticism and uncertainty. Protection of clients' information was on everyone's mind. Because of the uncertainty around protecting client privacy and mitigating agency liability, decisions were made to operate as a closed system, meaning that there is no data sharing between agencies. We've held on to the my client approach for client services. We operate in a very one-dimensional approach. Housing, services, and case management being provided without information about a client's history at agencies other than our own. This causes clients repeating the same information at each agency they seek services, inconsistent data collection across providers, duplicate clients and families leading to less than accurate aggregate cross-program reporting, and redundant data entry. We did not start the data sharing conversation blindly. We brought together a diverse group of smart people from a variety of organizations, and they became our data sharing champions. Our first and most important goal was to be mindful of the information. We determined that an open or full data sharing did not meet our community's needs or desires. Instead, we determined a partial data sharing approach would be best, and we worked together to identify the appropriate and meaningful data elements. Equipped with this information and support, I've personally met with a number of you or your staff through one-on-ones, presentations for CCEH, and other provider and community meetings. I was able to answer questions and address concerns and gather information to continue to improve the plan. Did you know that we already have examples of data sharing in our community? Maybe you are involved in one of those programs. The data sharing goals we have identified are to be client-centered and to improve data quality and completeness of the information, to consider coordinated entry needs, to develop a plan that will allow us to document homeless status over time, and to consider performance measures not only for the agency program, but also the community. We do need a payday for all of this work. Improved and seamless access to services for our clients, time savings and more effective services from the decreased data entry, and this helps people to receive the right services more quickly. Improved service provision, improved data quality. With data sharing, we should have more consistent and accurate information about the clients we serve, improved communication amongst our partners, and we will be able to accommodate the coordinated entry implementation. Data outcomes and evaluation. We will improve our ability to conduct system-wide data analysis. What information are we talking about? Our data sharing champions helped identify the list of elements. These are intended to be set as default for sharing. This list is fully identified in the Data Sharing Agreement Addendum, which will accompany the documents you are asked to complete. HIPAA, 42 CFR Part 2, privacy and security. Each organization will complete a data sharing agreement and addendum, identifying the information that can be shared by the organization and what regulations may limit information sharing. The intent is to protect the confidentiality, availability, and integrity of all systems and data, including all data shared with other organizations. We accept that some providers by regulation will be required to obtain additional express permission by written consent of the person to whom it pertains, and we may also enter into business associate agreements when required. At the end of the day, the client decides. All information is the client's, and they have full rights over their information. We require implicit client consent for data sharing. The client can revoke the release of information at any time. The client has the right to access their information. They have the right to request corrections to their information. Most importantly, the client cannot be denied services if they refuse to consent to data sharing. But the release of information does not guarantee they will receive assistance. Data collection and sharing must be intentional and relevant. The data sharing agreement addendum will be clear about what is to be shared. Data sharing should enhance the options, choices, and access for clients. Data sharing will not be used as a tool to exclude individuals from services. We will provide and allow provider autonomy. Let's refer back to that data sharing agreement addendum I spoke about. What do we gain? In communities that have shifted to a data sharing environment and opened up their HMIS systems for collaborative data sharing, providers have seen more effective services for the people in their programs. They've reduced their data entry burden and reduced duplication in reporting. We've gained the support from the Home for Everyone Coordinating Board to move forward with data sharing. And now I hope you yourself are asking, why aren't we sharing data already? Do we have your support and endorsement to continue moving forward to collect and share data? Our next steps. Well, we ask that you process and return the data sharing documents so that we can take on to the next step. Once we have received them back, the work in Service Point will begin, adjusting settings reflecting the training of what the Data Security Agreement Addendum identifies. We will begin training your users. We will equip clients, agencies, and users with the information and training needed to successfully implement data sharing. Thank you for your time. I appreciate that you watched this recording. We look forward to working with you. Should you have any questions or concerns, please contact me. This is Wendy Smith at Portland Housing Bureau.